You know where to get all the details for your daily dose of motorsports adrenaline. So if you haven't yet subscribed to Fervent Motorsports, do it now, unless you're a slowpoke. So let's get started. The story for today is the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Jerez MotoGP in Spain. This round, my favorite universe was on the verge of returning to its regular axis. The race took place on Sunday evening and grid females had returned. So let's start with the good. Bagnaia was nearing the finish line when the organisers summoned an orchestra to perform the Spanish national anthem. Italy is certainly awash with adoration for him. Instead of a race, you'd assume he'd won the world championship. True, the race was in Spain and the Italians enjoyed nothing more than humiliating the Spaniards in their own country. But Gigi was hugging Pecco with more vigour than was appropriate. Fabio, who pursued him with a ferocious ferocity for every lap and rightly chose to take the points, felt the same way. Pecco could not be apprehended, but if anyone was going to catch him, it was Fabio, who had an unblemished record in Jerez. Pecco, on the other hand, had to crack this one. So far, his teammate Jack Miller had been a little ahead of him. Pecco had to acquaint himself with the surroundings now that they were all back on familiar ground. I believe they provided him with the best grid girl as motivation. All of the riders are well acquainted with Jerez and they appear to be racing here for a long time. More information about the course, bikes and riders is available to the teams than the CIA has on Russian oligarchs. To cap things off, the weather was beautiful and sunny. The build-up to the race was also quite routine. Paulo Espargaro was crash testing his leather once more as Pui looked for a deeper hole to hide in, lest his disastrous admiration of HRC be finally scrutinized by Honda. Raul Fernandez, the moral champion of Moto2, was judged unfit to compete, so Salvadori took his place on the KTM, while HRC sent out Stefan Bradl and a brand new factory Honda for him. Jorge Lorenzo was also present. He has been inducted in the MotoGP Hall of Fame as a legend, and I saw him speaking pleasantly with Dani Pedrosa, who tragically is unlikely to ever receive that honor, though I believe he deserves it. Fabio's balls were jammed into his throat after he fell off, making the preliminary rounds more intriguing. People think the bike's wheel pushed his leg into his fruits, but if you watch the replay closely, you'll see Fabio nutted himself when he leapt back on the bike. Jack had missed the podium again, and that may have been pivotal in terms of his career with the factory Ducati team. But it's unlikely that Pecco will blow it in the next few years, and Jack will once again be the subject to the Ducati's team's strong, manly crowd love. In any case, they'll have to keep close to Fabio, who is eagerly anticipating his home race in France in 2 weeks. And then came the ugly. Round 6 of the 2022 MotoGP season was held at Jerez, and after 25 laps, a thrilling battle for third place delivered the highlight of the Red Bull MotoGP in Spain. Pecco Bagnaia took first place after holding off Fabio Quartararo, who finished second, and Alex Espargaro, who finished third throughout the race. But the real drama unfolded behind the leaders, where Ducati's Jack Miller failed to finish third for the second time this season. Miller finished fifth, with the resurgent Marc Marquez securing a hard-fought fourth on his home soil after tormenting the Australian throughout the race. Nakagami raced up to 4th place from 6th on the grid before being overhauled by fellow Honda driver Marquez, who promptly posted the fastest lap of the race. By lap 5, the lead was shared by Bagnaia and the reigning world champion Quartararo, with Miller a second behind in third and Marquez still in contention. Miller's third spot was under increasing pressure from Marquez and his compatriot Espargaro after 5 laps. Miller appeared to have just enough pace and grip to hold off the 6-time Premier Class champion around the midway point of the race. But with the ebb and flow battle for the lead between Bagnaia and Quartararo fading into the distance, the exciting three-way battle for third took center stage in the later stages of the race. The major concern was when Marquez would strike against Miller, who was swift and resolute. On lap 21, the Honda rider slipped past the Ducati and into third place with a slick and clinical move at turn 6. But half a lap later, it all changed again, with Espargaro grabbing third and Miller assuming fourth after Marquez was dropped to fifth due to a mistake at turn 13. But the Miller-Marquez battle would not end there. On the final lap, as Espargaro made his break for third, Marquez sliced past Miller to reclaim fourth in a daring move. Bagnaia won the race by holding off Quartararo at the front. For the back, Nakagami improved on his good first lap speed to finish 7th, his highest finish of the season, with Brad Binder's Red Bull KTM finishing 10th, the best of the Australian manufacturer's bikes.